What's up, Nabs? It's Platinum TDX of Dragon Xtreme, and welcome to another Xenoverse video. Depending on when or what I upload, I will use a certain game. I'm gonna try to get some Xenoverse gameplay for you guys, but I can't guarantee it. So let's hop right into this topic. So this is the first time I'm doing a topic in a long time by myself without anyone else. First time recording a Xenoverse video since I want to say like 3 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago maybe. But it feels good to do it again, but I don't want it to be a normal thing. I might do it for a couple of news, depending on how big the news is for me. But anyway, so today's topic was actually inspired, well, I don't want to say inspired by, but I was really motivated to do the video after watching ZZ Toasty's video, so I'll leave that in the link below. The description below. I'll leave his video in the description below and what his take is on it, but my opinion is completely different from his. I feel as though the destruction really makes the immersion of a game very, I mean, it makes the immersion for the game very high for the player. Well, in my shoes at least, because what I normally think of, like especially playing Raging Blast 2 over the past years, the destruction really isn't a lot. Like, I know a lot of people are like, oh, well, that game didn't really have that much destruction, so what makes it so different now? Sure, in Raging Blast 2, the mountains exploded, the ground caved in when on certain parts, and that was like scripted almost. But I feel as though since they're on the next-gen systems, they should be able to bump up stuff. Like, they said they wanted to give an equal experience for the last gen and current gen users. But we all know that can't really happen because looking into it, alright, so PS4 and Xbox 360, not Xbox 360, Xbox One are supposed to run at 60 frames per second, 1080p, and just be a straight shot. 360 and PS3 are capped at 30 frames. They can't reach 60, so that automatically goes back on what they said. So it can't be an even experience because the games are going to feel different. Also, PS4 is the best anti-aliasing. That's not an even experience. That's not the same experience. That's a different experience because it looks different. But in terms of gameplay, they're aiming for the same experience on every console, which I think it's utter bullshit, really, because you can't really say, oh, just because the last gen systems are here, we're gonna be like, oh, the new gen systems can't do this because the last gen systems can't do this, when that's utter bullcrap, because the next gen systems should be able to do more, and they should make it so where it's like, if you don't want to upgrade, okay, you get less features, or you get less destruction, or less graphical enhancements, which should be the case, just like back in the day when they moved from PS2 to Xbox 360 and PS3. I think it should be just like that. Like the Master Chief Collection got a graphical upgrade for the Xbox One. But you can still play the Halo on your 360 or the Xbox One, the original one. But it won't be the same because it's capped at 30 frames. But I think the new one is I'm not sure if it's 30 or 60 frames per second, but I know they have different graphics. Like you can toggle the graphics or whatnot. But especially with PC being in the mix, you can't really limit the systems. The 360 and PS3 version look completely different from the PC version of Naruto. We haven't seen the PC version for Xenoverse yet, but I'm pretty sure destruction should be way more enhanced on current gen systems and PC than it would be on the 360 and PS3. Just because of the simple fact that if you're going to limit the stronger things because the weaker things can't keep up, why even include the weaker things? That's why I'm glad that Naruto is doing what it's doing, because I should have paused longer there, but anyway. I'm glad that's why Naruto is doing what it's doing with their next-gen game. Like, they made it for PC, PS3, and 360, and then they said, oh, this is the last Storm game that's going to be on this gen console. So we're going to move on to the next gen / current gen and PC, which the game looks great from the screenshots. But why didn't Xenoverse do that? I guess they wanted to please a certain demographic, like they wanted to make sure everyone got an equal term, but all I'm saying is destruction should be greatly enhanced, and from my experience, destruction really makes the game, especially big explosions. In Dragon Ball Z, you've never seen a weak-ass explosion. You've always seen these big, crazy-ass explosions from the Kamehamehas and stuff, like Ultimate Tenkaichi. But the reason why Ultimate Tenkaichi is completely irrelevant is because you never really played around those big explosions. They were always in the background once you were done with them. But in Raging Blast 2, when you destroyed a mountain, it stayed destroyed until the rest of the battle. And you could go into the craters and stuff, and the craters in the ground on Raging Blast 1, I think Raging Blast 2 had them as well, but I couldn't never find them on there. I think I found one on Wasteland. That was it. But I think destruction is a major part of games. Like, it's minor things like that, like minor graphical enhancements. I don't know if you guys seen the explosion, not the explosion, yeah, even the explosion, but the rocks, when you crash it, when people crash into the rocks, a bunch of, like, they look like Cinema 4D parts, but I think they use Maya, but they look like preset parts that they put together, and when you crash into them, it looks like they roll off of each other. And Ultimate Tenkaichi had the same sort of effect, but it looked good because of the game's art style. But this game's art style doesn't really match what they did with the rocks, even though it does look better than Raging Blast. I'll give them that. But I don't like how the rocks fly everywhere instead of just, like, crumbling after someone goes through them. They should have an automated, not an automated feature, they should have a directional force on the rocks. That way, like, say for example, Gotenks hits it from the side, it shouldn't break the same way every time. It should break a different way. But I know that's really graphical and intense, and again, that's why PC's here. We can do this type of stuff. But I think I'm underestimating the consoles. This is an anime game. They should be able to do simple tasks like that. That's not really graphical enhancement, especially with the cell shading. I mean, come on. Like, sure, the game looks okay, but, I mean, it's not Metal Gear Solid Ground Zeroes or anything. I mean, come on. But yeah, so just my 2 cents. I think destruction should be greatly enhanced, and I think the explosion needs to be, like, I haven't seen explosions in Xenoverse as far as I can remember. I haven't seen explosions. Well, the trailer did show some explosions, but when I shot a Kamehameha, it really just made a crater that looked really bland in the ground, and it regenerated itself. No explosion, just a crater. So I just want to see that. So if you guys enjoyed the video, leave a like. Also, comment down below your thoughts. As I said before, I'll leave in the description ZZ Toasty's video. Yeah, see you guys later. Bye!